Hey guys, it's your girl Sunshine Z and we're here to do another video. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and to all my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to having a lot of fun with you guys. Let me go ahead and say this. If things that have to do with children, molestation, and things of that nature offend you or are too sensitive for you, please feel free to go ahead and click off, because it's going to be one of those videos and I'm not going to bite my tongue in any way, form, or fashion. I'm reading this straight from the Shade Room, so I'm going to go ahead and read it, and then I'm going to go ahead into my commentary. A St. Louis teacher who was arrested and charged last November with molesting a 7-year-old student 3 years earlier has now been charged with trying to hire a hitman to kill that same student and his family. Deontay Taylor, who's 36, was a teacher's assistant at Lusher Elementary School in 2015. That's when he allegedly removed the boy from the class and took him into another room where he assaulted him. Although the boy and his family reported the incident immediately after the attack, Taylor was not charged until 3 years later, and even went on to become a teacher in another district during that time. Taylor was eventually arrested last November after a DNA test revealed that his DNA matched the DNA on the little boy, on the victim. Now authorities say Taylor was awaiting trial, and while doing so in February, he allegedly attempted to arrange for someone to kill the now 10-year-old victim and his family to silence them. Authorities also claim that Taylor convinced his boyfriend, 66-year-old Michael Johnson, to pay the hitman to carry out the killings, according to charging documents, but the intended hitman ended up turning it into police, as he should have. Okay, first of all, let me get on the school board. I'm gonna get on Mr. Deontay, but let me get on the school board. If someone comes to you, school boards, because you know what, I'm getting real tired of every time we turn around something is happening in the school. Just a few months ago, a little girl got jumped in school and died from the beating in school. Where the hell were the teachers at that time? Okay. Number two, every time something goes down at those schools with those teachers, y'all sit there and y'all sweep everything under the rug. If a parent comes to you and tells you that someone in your school that you have hired to watch and be over my child and protect my child has done something wrong to them, it is your job to fire them and put it on their record that they can't work nowhere else with children, period. I don't want to hear nothing about it. That is how it should be done. And furthermore, because we got these teachers beating on kids and doing all kind of other stuff they have no business doing, calling them niggers in class and everything else, you guys need to have mental evaluations for these teachers. And I'm not talking about have them answer a bunch of dumbass questions on a bubble sheet. No. Hook them up to some sort of machine, allow to take the test or whatever you got to do, and dig into their background. You need to thoroughly investigate these people, because they are with your children, our children. Our children are the future. So if we're going to sit here and hope to have a good future when we're old as shit, we don't need to be letting people that's going to tear them up and mess up their minds all around them for years and years to come, and then expect them to take care of your old ass in a nursing home. Nah, they're going to be pushing your ass into walls, not changing you, whooping your ass too, just like y'all asses was doing to them. That I blame on the school board. They need to do much better, and they need to take more action when it comes to a lot of these different things, but they don't. And it's getting real old. I understand. Y'all claim y'all ain't got no money. Figure it out. Figure it out, because a lot of principals riding in BMW, so you can't be too broke. Figure it out and stop letting these people be around our children like that. Furthermore, he had no business removing that baby from that class by himself. What the hell is you doing? Unless you walking outside the class, outside the door, just to talk to him and walk back in, you don't take him out of a class and take him into a whole other room. And Deontay, or whatever your name is, you, sir, are a disgusting, pathetic waste of human space. You don't deserve to breathe, eat, or anything else. I personally do not feel that you need to go to jail. I don't think you need to go to jail, sir. I don't. And I don't think you need to be electrocuted. I think they need to put you in a noose. And I know some of y'all are going to be mad. Y'all going to feel like, oh my God, I don't care. I don't care. If you think that you have the right, or anybody has the right, to molest a child and steal their innocence from them, when you have been put in a position to motivate, to teach them, to help them, to mold them into being a great human being, and you rob them of that, you do not deserve that. Because when you put him in jail, the taxpayers have to pay for that shit. Hard-working, good citizens and Americans out here like you and I have to pay for him to eat and sleep and have air conditioning and heat and all these other things. No, we should not have to be paying for that, because I feel like that's giving him a reward. Put their asses in a tree. Bring back mob justice for the ones who do that kind of shit. When you do that, I think that's exactly what needs to be done for you, especially when you can prove it with DNA. You can't even lie. How the hell your DNA get on that baby? You are disgusting. That means you sat there and attacked that child until you were satisfied. That is nasty. That's nasty. It's disgusting. It is wrong. You have no idea the mental and emotional scars that you could have put on this poor child. And now he's walking around here. I hope he's getting counseling. I hope his parents is getting him some help. Most likely they are, because they were very proactive. So kudos to the parents for doing that, because a lot of parents, especially, in certain communities, they will sweep it under the rug. And I don't want to hear none of his family. If y'all happen to see this, he was a good person. You don't know shit about that. Shut up. I don't care what you have to say. You can't cook my ass. I don't care. Because everybody in them families, in the black family especially, we know who everybody is. We know what uncle like to touch on their nieces and nephews and get drunk at the parties and accidentally grab an ass or a titty. We know who they are. We know the cousin that you can't leave your purse around. You better keep it on your shoulder. You're going to come up short. We know the cousin that's going to call you only when they want something, or the family member's going to call you only when they want something, and we know the family member that don't do nothing but start a whole bunch of shit. We know who each person is, so don't sit here and give me that, because I know exactly who mine is. And if somebody call me and tell me he did some shit, I'm going to say he did it, and I hope his ass go to jail or get in trouble or whatever the hell, because I know he did it. We all do. So don't get in here trying to defend your cousin or whoever he may be to you, because it don't matter to me. I will block and delete you. I don't play when it comes to children. I am getting tired of turning on my fucking phone and seeing that these children are being hurt, mistreated, molested, all these different things by people who were put in positions to help them. To help them. And you know what? I want to talk to you a little bit further, because see, I'm a little bit smarter than the average squirrel. Deontay, let me make sure I say his name right, because I don't want to mess this up, because I don't feel like I need to call him by his name because he don't deserve it, but I'm going to say it. Deontay. I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar that Deontay was molested as a child too. And the reason I say that is because he is 36, walking around here calling a 66-year-old man his boyfriend. Think about that. What the hell is you doing with a 66-year-old? That lets me know that somebody probably touched your ass too when you were a child, and you didn't get any help for it. And instead of being a better person and making sure that you spend your life or your time dedicated to helping others, you decided to become a predator yourself. And that right there is a crock of shit, and it's not no excuse, because I was molested too. But you ain't gonna find not nan child, teenager, or anybody that'll say Zandy, Sunshine, Exandria, or any of them, whatever you want to call me. They ain't gonna never find, you ain't gonna never find one that's gonna tell you that I molested them or I touched them inappropriately, because I never did that. I would never do that to somebody, because I know how that shit feel, and I know you know, and I don't give a damn what you say, because ain't no regular 36-year-old trying to lay up with no damn 66-year-old nasty funky ass old man. The both of y'all ass need to be put in a tree. And your boyfriend, he ain't shit either. He ain't shit either. Michael, you ain't shit either. Because what kind of man let his man come home and tell him he done something so despicable, so disgusting like that, and you decide to help him? You should have went upside his head. Sorry, I don't condone violence, but let my man come home and tell me that he done some stuff like that, or anything even close to it. It ain't even got to be a child. It could be another female. He's still gonna get his head gone clean upside it. Yep. And he got to go. I'm not helping you. And on top of that, you stole that baby's innocence. And to be quite honest with you, the way this messed up behind U.S. justice system is, sir, your dumb ass probably would have got back out in about 3 years. Just for the molestation alone. Unfortunately, it works like that. If you molest a child, you rape somebody, hey, guess what? You only get 3 years, and if you're good, you might just get out in 9 months. But if you have a little bit of coke in your pocket, yeah, well, you're going to stay there for the rest of your life. Ass backwards, yeah, I know, but that's how it is. Dumbass, you probably would have got back out. But I'm glad that you was stupid. I'm glad that you was just that ignorant to think that you could actually silence somebody, because now your ass is in there for conspiracy to commit murder. So hopefully you won't ever get your ass back out. And your boyfriend, he need to stay his ass in there too, because I believe he like molesting people too. What the hell you want with a 36-year-old? That says to me that the both of y'all sick as hell, and there ain't no telling how many other little boys that Deontay got a hold of, because y'all let him go and work in somebody else's school. He probably kept doing that shit. And then he got a boyfriend that condones it. There's no telling how many kids in their neighborhood, they little nasty asses probably lured over there with candy and shit and took advantage of them. And every little boy ain't strong enough to come forward and say it because it's so much of a stigma. And you guys are the reason why a lot of people look at LGBT people the way they look at. They already think that we're freaks of nature. We don't know this. We don't know what we're like. We want to rape people and we're molesters and all this other crazy shit. People like you perpetuate that. People like you make people believe that that's really what goes on, when in actuality it's not. Not everybody does that. But you two old, sick, ugly, fat nose, receding hairline ass bastards, I hope they throw the book at you. I hope they throw the book at you. I hope you never ever see the light of day again. And I hope that your life in prison is nothing but pure hell. And I mean that from the deepest part of my soul. And that school board, the parents, if y'all ever hear this, sue the hell out of that school board. You know why? Because they did not make sure that he couldn't harm anybody else. They did not take enough precaution. And the police, you know what? Sue the police department too, because he should have been put in jail as soon as that allegation was made. They should have tested that DNA right away. Let's test this DNA. Let's find out and see what's going on. Why it take y'all years? Come on, man. Test it right away. Let's see what's going on. He said it. Let's see. All of them need to be sued. Get your money and take that money and get that baby some counseling. And to that baby, he may never hear this, but I hope that he knows it is not his fault. It's not your fault. It don't mean you gay. It don't mean nothing wrong with you. If you don't like boys, you don't like boys. It doesn't mean that you gay because somebody else chose to steal something from you that you can't get back. That means that they got a problem. It is not your fault at all. And if you do happen to like boys, then that's okay too. But he still ain't have no right to touch you. That was not his call. That was not his choice. That was not his right. At all. It's a lot of little boys walking around here. They be beating up transsexuals, and not little boys, but grown ass men. They so angry and aggressive, and every time they see a gay person, they want to fight them and dragging transsexuals for no reason. A lot of them boys have been touched as children and they ain't never get no help for it, and they don't know how to handle that shit, so they just decide they want to hurt whatever it is that reminds them of who hurt them. And I'm not taking up for that, because you don't put your hands on nobody if you ain't got to. But I'm trying to explain to you guys, it goes way deeper than some of y'all think. It really does. And I just hope that that baby knows that, you know, I just really hope that the parents are going to do everything they can to protect him, encourage him, motivate him. And if you got to tell your baby every night, you tell him every night, baby, that wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. It was not your fault. You are okay. You are a good person. That was him. He's sick. He has a problem. And he gonna pay for that problem. I can assure you of that. Parents, also, when your kids come to you and tell you that someone molested them or someone touched them in a bad way, don't shun them. Don't tell them you must have liked it. You might have enjoyed it. No. No. You don't say that. You let them know repeatedly that you got their back. That's number one. That you're going to do everything you can to protect them, and you get them away from that person immediately. I would have taken my baby clean out of that school. He wouldn't have went back not another day. And from that day forward, I'd have been raising pure hell. Don't believe me? You better call the school county down here, because I raised pure hell. And I thank God nobody has done that to my child in no school and stuff like that. Because I honestly can't tell you guys that I would behave properly. Something like that probably would make me go to jail, but I would smile in my mugshot for a grown-ass man to think that they could steal something like that from a child. I'm going to let you guys go, because right now I'm just mad, and I'm rambling on, because this kind of stuff hurts me. It does. It hurts my soul. It hurts my heart. It angers me. Please, guys, talk to your kids. If you notice any changes in their behavior, don't disregard it. Don't think it's just growing pains. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. Be active, pay attention, and kudos again to his parents for taking the proper action to get their child some help and some justice. Leave your comments down below. You can share your stories if you'd like to. This is a safe space. Nobody is going to be picking on you or say anything rude to you, and if I see them do it, they will be blocked and deleted immediately. Thank you guys for listening. Bye.